Hello and welcome to the final week of the Academy Summer regular season. I am Rivington Biz III, and joining me tonight on the desk is Alberto Crumbs Rengifo. Welcome.
We shed a tear for the final season, but we do have playoffs that will be coming up next week, so very exciting.
And this story is written way better for our final season. Week 8 of the Academy. Got to look at the biggest patch to Hit League in some time now.
Yeah, and it was like a giant party balloon. Very exciting, but at the end of the day, full of air. Not much has changed in the meta, but we are going to tell you about some of the new mechanics that were added. You've got Shield Breakers, Renekton and Blitzcrank. Their W and Ultimate on Blitzcrank now breaks that. You've got the anti-healing on Kled and Katarina. The big one is Kled. We're seeing a lot of Kled priority, but he's still a hard champion. Not a lot of people are playing him. Flat damage reduction on Fizz and Leona, irrelevant. Nobody's playing that. You've got tether abilities at Grant Vision. Once again, these will not affect these champions quite a lot. And then you've got anti-mobility tools added to Cassiopeia, Ahri, and Poppy. Cassiopeia is the only one that really stands out, and the occasional Poppy player that might go up against an Aurelia.
It's a pretty neat change for those ones to see how they are utilized a little differently. And that's not even including champion balance, which hits Cassiopeia, Yuumi, Aatrox, Akali, and Lux support. So keep it going.
And the big one is the Aatrox. Aatrox was the first pick across most regions, and it also happened to be one of the most banned champions. He now no longer has a revive. It just doesn't exist. Doesn't matter if you get that kill, but instead the ultimate now gives you way more damage and way more lifesteal. So he's still very, very good. Still getting banned, still getting first pick, still getting picked all around. Not a nerf.
For some reason. So based on yesterday's games, teams are still figuring out how to take advantage of these patch changes with many of the same champions from previous weeks, as we were saying. Cloud9 was the exception with interesting picks coming out of Golden Glue and Deathly.
Yeah, Golden Glue was actually playing top lane yesterday. He ran the Kled, like we were saying earlier, very strong. And even more exciting than that, Deathly was playing Swain in the bottom lane with Pyke as support. We didn't touch on those changes, but Pyke now gives you another extra gold of your cut, so really snowballing. And then you've got the Swain changes that rumors are he's broken or not, but not a lot of people put that much time into Swain, so only time will tell just where he lies in the meta.
That's right, and something else we have to talk about is outstanding victory from Echo Fox yesterday. A little kind of surprising, if you will, over TSM.
And they subbed in Solo, the LCS top laner, and he popped off. Didn't die on Kennen, had a really great performance. Yasui, as always, delivering. And contrary to most of the games, Panda was also right up in there. He had a really nice game, so Echo Fox firing on all cylinders, really making sure that they were buttoning down the hatches for that playoff.
Moving away from that endangered species list for him.
Yes.
It's been tough lately.
We'll
see how he's doing moving forward. Echo Fox's victory locked their spot in the Academy postseason. So now our playoff picture is complete, but buys and seeding are still on the line. Pay attention. With 3 games left to play, both Golden Guardians and 100 Thieves have a chance to net a bye, while a single win will secure it for Cloud9. Meanwhile, Echo Fox, Team Liquid, and TSM are all tied in 4th and may need to play tiebreakers to avoid a tougher opponent in next week's quarterfinals. Now, let's check out what's shaking this evening. The day starts with OpTic Academy challenging Golden Guardians, with Cloud9 then squaring off against Team Liquid in Game 2, followed by 100 Thieves Academy versus TSM, and 2 more games before any necessary tiebreakers. We'll have to see if the teams can give each other a little trouble today and get those rolling for extra games. OpTic Academy are in the unfortunate position of finishing just outside of those playoffs. Well, GGS are on the hump for a bye.
And so far, the trade with Keith has been a massive success. He fits right on with the team, which just so happens to be consisting of, if you count him, 3 LCS players and 2 Academy players. So it's looking really well. So far, they're on an 8-game winning streak, but they're up against a very deadly opponent, the OpTic Gaming team, that not only were they getting creative with the draft yesterday, picking the Varus into the Azir, which is an old school counter. You have the poke. But because they are no longer in playoff contention, they are a dark horse. They are the dark horse that CLG was last week against FlyQuest, where they've got nothing to play for, a.k.a. a man with nothing to lose.
Yeah, they make all these plays. You remember Scarlet is the one, I believe it was against TSM. We have OpTic and TSM. The first time they played was for first place in the LCS. Scarlet was subbing in there for Crown, and he had that huge quad kill on his Vladimir coming around the corner. So Scarlet knows what he's doing. They can definitely put a wrench in some of the works these teams are looking for. Let's meet the players competing now for Game 1 on the blue side. It's Golden Guardians Academy. That is Darshan in the top lane, Hard in the jungle, Palafox in mid, Keith at bot, and Ole at support with Coach Anero.
And selecting the red side, it's OpTic Gaming Academy with Alarim in the top lane, Dardoch in the jungle, Scarlet in mid, bot and support, Asta and Gates, and their coach, Koobs.
We'll see how we get in here. Koobs is always saying we ought to play ARAMs. He gets good luck out of ARAMs when myself and play, and we haven't the past few weeks, so OpTic has been losing a few of their games. I take slight responsibility, but it's also Koobs isn't logging on to play games, so
Hey,
maybe they're scrimming.
Practicing ARAMs is a good way to get your skill shot practice down. Right? Get a Nidalee in there.
It's a good time.
Nidalee in the jungle. We might even see that today, actually, because Nidalee did get a tiny, tiny little buff to the E we see here all over solo queue. But Dardoch is the kind of player that would definitely pick her up and pop off.
A little flashy. There were some weeks where it was down to like Dardoch 9v, and like, the team didn't have a chance to help him. He was on the Kane, he played a few other things, but it seemed like he hasn't been able to control the games as such since those plays. Aurelia, Kiana getting taken out, Karma and Sejuani. Ladies of the wrist finding themselves on that ban list. How many more? One on the side of GGS with 4 seconds.
We don't have the Lux support anymore.
That's true. Yeah, Lux got hit. Yuumi getting taken out. We saw that LCK Baron steal. I've always felt Yuumi has like egregious power at Baron, especially if you're on the chase team. Teams can sneak Baron, but you have a Yuumi to zoomies this person for you. Chase everybody down. It's hard to get out. So much control, and we saw the steal this time from that LCK play. It was crazy.
No, that's her power, right? You sneak that Baron, and then you're trying to base. She won't let you base.
No way. Absolutely not. It makes it real tough. There's Renekton, though. Does get taken out. We have seen him a few times over the past few weeks as people are slotting it in to have strength in a lane, get a winning lane, as we've kind of heard everybody say, G2 knows the way to play. You got to win all lanes.
We've seen it from Darshan, too. I mean, that's a start. We don't have a lot of teams that are as talented as the G2 members that can just play whatever they want, Yasuo, Gragas, bottom lane, and still find a way to win. But we will get the Pyke and Yasuo combination, which does actually count as a knock-up. If you get pulled back, the Yasuo can ultimate off that, and then with an execute on top of it, X marks the spot of the death of whoever gets hit by that.
It was interesting hearing, actually I was just listening to the Ready Check? No, it was the after one. So Lobby.
Okay.
For LEC, and they were saying, Perks was on there kind of like, yeah, playing bot lane is just not really marksman. Xayah's the one that I would play if I'm not playing a Yasuo, if I'm not playing something. So he's feeling that like Xayah and then these other champions that he's going to have a breath to play against is going to be huge. So we see Xayah here for Keith and Palafox to take that lovers duo in the bot lane. Pretty sweet and strong pickup for the GGS Academy.
In LCS and across most of the major regions, we actually have seen that Xayah is the most played marksman.
Yep.
It is her and Sivir right up in there. And just to add a little clarity, I know that last week we were looking at a ton of Sylas against Sejuani. Sylas received some nerfs to the jungle. So he is no longer jungle Sylas. This is a solo lane Sylas, most likely because of the damage reduced to minions. And now he's back in there being very good against particularly magic damage with a shield that prevents all of the magic damage, but no physical. Weird. But regardless, that's what we're going to see.
Morgana locked in as well. It would be great to have that. See where it's going. If it doesn't go, maybe bot. It should actually just be locking that in unless Scarlet throws those from mid and bot is Yasuo Pyke.
Pretty good against the Rakan. You see him come in, use your Black Shield, bind her. Kind of the same idea as the Lux support into Rakan, where you know exactly what he's doing. Chuck a bind out. You might catch two.
I have never seen this interaction. I don't think it works in my brain. Can you spell shield Sylas stealing something? Because it's not like, is that a default? I think you just steal it.
I think so. You can spell shield it with Sivir and Nocturne. I don't know if you can Black Shield it.
Interesting. But yes, Diana does get locked in as I have an off the rails question coming in. This has been popping up a little bit more frequently.
And this is a crazy one too because Diana did get nerfed. So her mana costs of the Pale Cascade, the W, were nerfed, and then her Q, I believe the projectile speed was nerfed a little bit too. And we were seeing a ton of Diana bans last week in the Academy. But now that she got nerfed, I think that's what lets it get through. And we did get word from our producer that
pretty sweet.
You can, in fact, spell shield the Sylas steal and wind wall it too.
Wind wall was an unexpected one. It'd be cool if it worked like Vladimir's transfusion.
It's Pyke jungle and Alarim's playing Wukong.
I didn't think they were going to lock in the Wu. This is his one, right? His one trick. This is the Alorum one trick. So we actually get to see them lock it in. Definitely having a little bit of fun here in Champion Select. Very cool to see.
How many Wu-Tang Clan references can we fit in here?
All of them. All of them for Alarim. Scarlet is going to be on the Diana, so it looks like his champion pool widens a little bit more there. Pyke and Morgana on the bot side. We're going to see with 20 seconds left how this finishes out as they can no longer move around. Aatrox for Darshan, as we said, that's not a first pick, but it's still getting picked. So he's going to have that to the top side.
Oh my lord.
That is locked.
It is Yasuo jungle.
We thought he'd do something crazy like
All
in
right.
Italy. How about Yasuo?
Well, if you're not playing for playoffs, you might as well go out with a bang.
Absolutely. So what are their pop-ups here? Morgana's not going to be able to do too much. Obviously, Wukong's your number one. You can still displace with Diana, so Diana is able to activate the Yasuo. And that's about it. You're looking for those conditionals.
The Diana's the sick one because she can just RE, and if
It's super
the
quick.
opportunity is there.
They actually have, even with the clone into Cyclone, you have very abrupt knockups and displacements that Dardoch can come from anywhere on. So if they have good Fog of War, he can be coming over that wall right quick. So let's see what Palafox has to steal as well. Cyclone.
He can steal the Yasuo ultimate, and then you've got, they have just as many knockups. You've got Aatrox, Jarvan, and Rakan.
Missed it.
I'm really curious to see what Dardoch does here, because if it proves to have a decent clear, this could be something to inspire a lot of other teams.
Yeah? Would you play it?
No.
Oh, man.
Just nope. No chance I would be playing this champion.
So what are we going to expect from his pathing? Does he stay in his jungle? Because his ganks don't seem like they're going to be amazing. So what do we get out of him here from the first 3 to 5
I mean, it's a wild guess. I have literally never seen Yasuo jungle.
He's Conqueror in there, so they're going to fight late, obviously, get that damage up.
This is a dangerous
You think it's funny to just be playing flutes in the jungle? Oh, they put the standard. Oh, my. I wasn't going to get a full laugh out, but I'll give you the mic time. Dardoch goes down from first blood, doesn't even get a smite out, and that was quick. I mean, you kind of think about it. You play against these junglers who might have a hard time in the first place. You throw them off at all, and they're going to have a real hard time.
Yeah, because now he has to jungle without a leash and under vision, too. There's a blue buff ward on the side of Golden Guardians being placed there by Olay in the level 1. And we get to really see why these meta champions are picked and prioritized over the likes of Wukong or Yasuo.
Harbinger's stance coming in. Sweet spot just missed. As Alorum is chugging down the corrupting potions down to one last drink. He might even go right for it.
Oh, no.
Olay messing with Dardoch. They're going to call Scarlet in as well. See how far Palafox comes over, gets himself safe. His heart is just on the other side of that wall. But everybody's out of lane here. If OpTic can't really get anything out of this, it's just a lot of milling about. CS is being missed. Hard's going to get himself out. That's an Ignite as well from the bot lane. They're getting some good summoners out to make it easier for the laning phase. But Hard still has quite a bit to go if they can close that edge. Right under the turn. Oh, they get him. He has to flash on the Dark Binding. Right to the last drop. They try to get the kill, and a few more summoners are spent.
And that lets Dardoch go for this collapse on an invade. Olay does not have sight, sees a tornado, though. It's a really nice collapse on the side of OpTic to defend his jungler. You don't mess with my jungle, Yasuo.
That is nice. The sacrifice on the bot side to get a little bit more going for Dardoch. He definitely needs to be big for these initiations with Alorum and Scarlet. If they don't have the follow-up, then you just see Gaten has to basically die right away on the back line. Love it.
Little love tap.
Can't super clear the wave, so he's just being a bit of a nuisance. Scarlet's still probably going to teleport back to lane. Hard making a top side gank. No potions there. Flashes up, though. Looks like he'll walk it in. Nice job and get some extra damage down on Alorum. He's not having too great of a lane after trying to give help to Dardoch, but he's staying in there, 19 to 17, all things considered.
Okay, he's farming just fine. And in the bottom lane, it's actually going to be Asta. That is the carry. He's going to be running the farming duty of the lane. As you see, that Gate has the Targon. So just in case anybody was wondering where the gold was going to be allocated.
Scarlet going in, trying to bait Palafox. He says, oh, I have taken the bait. And this is going to be his flash going down. No, he saves it. He just teleported back to lane, however, so that's a long walk back to the CS.
Alarim can stay for this and get that minion. Yeah, the big creep wave. Darshan typically can't fight this. Oh, he got outplayed!
Nice dodge in. I like that. Lorm missing out on that sweet spot. Darshan with double Doran, so he has a bit of the health. He wants to go for these early trades, but get a bit back. That stance he goes into, you see when he puts the sword sideways, is his passive. He'll get a little health back from that, from the Harbinger stance, and now we'll see back to the mid lane, Scarlet and Dardoch.
The second that Silas uses his E forward, you know that he's going to go down. There's no point burning that flash. And on the flip side, I like that Dardoch is hovering on the top side because Hard gave himself away, placing that control ward. Try to hopefully deter Alarin from pushing the wave and crashing into the tower, but Wukong is surprisingly powerful early in the game with the stealth and the ability to outplay. And then you consider the fact that it's unlikely that a single player in North America has played Wukong more than Alarin.
Yeah, no, it's true. I was actually going to say that, or be able to play against them, because it's not something you see unless a one-trick brings it into solo queue as much. So it's not something you're accustomed to the timings, how much you can use your sweet spot as that Aatrox. Not a great stun coming up for Ole as he gets locked up right under the turret. Kingslayer in. Oh my god, onto Scarlet, a few more bits of damage, but they're not going to be able to deliver that one. He flashes out, fights on all fronts here. A sweet spot to Alorum. Now one more shot, flash forward, throws down the Infernal Chains, yanks him right back, and he takes him down. Still in the bot lane, Gate with a quick swing, and they get a double kill on Keith and Ole.
This Morgana Pike bottom lane is crushing. That was such a nice outplay from Gate and Asta. This synergy of the binds and hooks combined into the tower shot was something that I guarantee you Ole and Keith had not practiced against.
OpTic's Academy bot lane is one of the only lanes that switches up the dynamic of who takes that support and who takes the aggressor. When they play Sona Taric, Gate gets Sona, Asta goes to Taric. We've seen that before too. Gate he's played what, jungle, mid, bot, this guy's played LCS. He's been all over the place, so he's definitely got an idea of how to play those different sets of champions, and it's cool to see them switch when they do it.
One of those multi-talented players capable of playing any role. And once Gate hits level 6, he's going to have all the gold in the world. Take a look at how this one went down because they were actually aiming for Keith. And instead, Ole, being a bro, decides to tank a grenade that's going to miss. So all in all, it was a valiant effort, but we actually did not get to see how the second one happened onto Keith. It must have been another,
Another quick grab, another quick binding. Oh, you didn't. Oh, he wanted the flash kill. So he got Asta's flash. That's not too bad. Nice job there. Missed a few of the feathers on the pullback, which would have solidified that kill for his summoner spells. And then to top lane.
So Alarim thought he was being cute by dodging out of the first instance of Q, but the first one does less damage than the second and third, so it doesn't do a whole lot. Yeah, it should have been an emote time, but he at least got something.
Oh, throwing out the taunts. I like it.
So I don't remember the lore very well, but is Wukong supposed to be Master Yi's teacher or the opposite?
Oh, snap. I don't remember that one. Wait a minute. I'm like, are we watching a replay? That one I don't know. I actually haven't gone into lore in a long time. Good thought.
It gets changed a lot. Well, that's why, right? Wukong, Wuju style. You see the coincidence?
I do know. I think we made that up ourselves.
No. Oh.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Oh, chain him? Oh, a little late. Kind of like one of those pause wards. You're like, where's my ward button again? I gotta find it. What? All right.
Unless he's coming.
Gotta bait the fight to get that out. Good immunity to Asta on the CC. Oh, wow, okay. They throw down a lot of damage onto Asta. So they say, we want this lane, we want dragon pressure control. It looks like they might try to give that over to Gahard.
Is that a tilted ignite?
I don't know. I figured they want to get something out of this. You have top lane coming back, teleports down there. Darshan should be able to call that for Alorum. And you had no eyes on Dardoch. Maybe that's why they didn't know. But they have a lot of deep wards. I'd say that was dragon time.
Well, going for the early dragons don't seem to have been paying off that often. I actually want to end up looking at some stats of them because it's never going to actually give you gold. And even if you get an early mountain, it's not that big of a deal for getting the plates.
Yeah.
The plates is really a matter of winning the lane in the first place. So it looks like Ocean is really the only dragon that makes a big difference in the early.
Going up, maybe to Ole. Ole's got the easy escape, so he's always looking for Keith on this one. Very fast, he hits him into the Soul Shackle. Quick CC all around. They know he used the flash on the last play, and a 1-2 punch. Takes down Keith immediately. Gonna be into the brush. There is the initiation coming out of the face check, and that's a big hit from Hard. He's gonna get himself to safety with a quick flash as well after Cataclysm, and that stops the Drake for now. 1-for-1 on both sides. Again, Darshan is just pushing Alorm all around the lane now, at least 30 CS off.
No one should be surprised that Aatrox is beating Wukong, but what you should be surprised is that Ole and Keith are getting a body in the bottom lane by Keith and Asta. The bind still misses, but the stuns of Gate and then Asta connect, and that's the extra gold that we see out of Gate coming right in. And luckily for Hard, he does find this kill that actually prevents the Dragon, but there's not a whole lot that Ole and the Xayah can do without their ultimates. They burn so much trying to be extra aggressive that it only was a matter of time for Asta and Gate to see the window of opportunity and take him down.
It's gotta feel weird for Keith and Ole. The Lovers Duo is the one going in and out repeatedly. Here, Ole has to choose who he's actually gonna knock up, and then they have a spell shield. So they have almost no rebuttal to these initiations, one after the other. Already just kind of forcing aggression onto GGS here.
Just barely missed.
It does feel good when you're a Morgana owning the lane and your waves are piling up and you know you can kind of just walk around the lane, then to the other side and get around the minions and get those bindings pinched between the turret and your opponent. It's got to feel good for Gate and Asta right now. Rest of the map having a bit of trouble. We'll see if Alorm can get out of this one. Hard's waiting to see where he goes. Cataclysm down from the bot side gank.
It just doesn't feel good for Alarim. He's such a worse version of Aatrox, it's not even funny. I mean, he has mana, he has no sustain, and he actually doesn't have any dashes that are targeted, aren't targeted, sorry. So he pretty much always gonna lose this lane. Yep. I really cannot fathom a world where Wukong beats Aatrox, because Aatrox, if that wasn't enough to overload his kit, he's got a percentage maximum HP damage that also heals. And resets when he casts spells and hits him on champions.
That's true. He does get his stance up. Nice take on Rift Herald. All that pressure onto Alorm had to be used at some point. Bot lane's getting hit up. That's the one time that Ole times it to try and fake out the play. He's been figuring out when the right time is to go in, but with the CC of Pyke and Morgana, I do not believe you find that right time window at all.
That is such a filthy and fun combo to watch. They are destroying what was just a few weeks ago an LCS support and a few years ago an LCS AD carry. So this so far is a bottom lane that is inspiring me to play more of Pyke and Morgana.
And as well to see them take down TSM, Echo Fox took on TSM yesterday, not GGS. Seeing Keith go hard on this one. 12-4, looking good though. Cloud9's the one to top the standings at the moment. GGS definitely looking like they could put a little pressure on that team and their current strategies that have been picking up the wins. Ole, just up front. But see, it's like these times they feel confident and you call OpTic just on basically their mana bars. You're like, they don't have mana, they can't go in, let's go.
The one thing that actually matters against Pyke and Morgana. And on the flip side, I want to look at Dardoch and what he's doing, because he rushed Static Shiv. He didn't go for the jungle item. He's going for something that gives him a little bit more mobility and AoE clear too, so pretty good item here.
Saucy! Crescent strikes and the likes here. Palafox going against Scarlet. Now you have to be careful as you can't get that Kingslayer health back just yet. Teleport down to the bot side. Looks like they want to get Drake here. Rift Herald has been thrown down towards that top as the turret's down. So now OpTic says, we want a little bit of turret taking power too. Bot wave is being missed. Not huge for the Morgana and Pyke. However, with the amount of kills they have rallied this game. So we'll see what Ole has. Oh, over the wall goes hard. Yeah, over the wall goes hard. He didn't even stay to smite. He's like, yeah, no, that's a bad
I'm out.
Such a sweet spot. Cleaning it up. 128 to 77 on the top side. Big discrepancy here, but Alorm is the facilitator for Dardoch. If Dardoch gets big, Alorm has one job. That is to pop everybody up on the team from your clone. And so far, he'll be able to do that if he's on the map.
Yeah, and the
Moby boots too, so he
yeah.
just get into the fight even faster.
Let's see if he roams, because he might be able to find a roam to the mid lane from the top. He's not going straight to the bottom lane. This game is going to get real bloody real soon, because the gold is dead even, which means both teams are aching to fight.
Gonna pop back, gets it. Very nice try on the Moonfall engage. Scarlet gets out on that. Double TP towards the mid lane, and we find Alorm coming in. Clones immediately. Nice little proto bout there, but no full fight. Just trading damage back and forth to see if they can whittle each other down to a scary spot. You can see Scarlet has used his flash in that engage, as we saw the teleports come in.
They have to remember, this Aatrox does not have a revive. This is not the same Aatrox they've been scrimming against for the last few months. So if he gets in a precarious position, turning on him is a very good idea.
All right, wards are up for Ole. Not too bad, 15 minutes in. The team's been keeping up pretty good wards all around. Usually get zombies out of your jungler to start. They don't have any push forward yet, but neither is OpTic. OpTic, however, fighting the river. Keith now getting caught out in a solo situation. Seems like he's been having a bit of a rough game here if Ole is not in the lane with how strong OpTic is going. Keith, Ole's going right in for the kill. And he goes for the throw to Gate, takes him down. He's looking for the sack of money on the ground on that one.
He's got a shutdown too, so that's a really fat kill out of him. And Alorm will have to spin right on out of there, and he's not going to make it too far.
That's unfortunate. A few hits, he disappears from the map. Alorm cannot make the team for any fight. Still in small skirmishes. Going to be benefiting GGS here, it seems. Moonfall down, looking for the Crescent Slash as well. Palafox going very low, gets the Kingslayer health back as he flashes over towards Hard, but the vision is there for Scarlet. Oh, there's the hit. Beautifully done as he stole the ultimate of Dardoch to get the last breath onto Scarlet and pick up the kill.
He still had that ability from the earlier skirmish in the mid lane. It had not run out. That is
weird seeing these get triggered so quick sometimes. It's hard to figure out what's going on. You're like, oh yeah, X could happen. Beautiful dodge by Palafox. Now Gate up the river without a paddle, and he just spawned. Just spawned. He's back down.
You call that an outplay if you've ever seen one. Gate thinking, oh, that's a free gold right there, but Palafox with a very nice sidestep of the E. That feels bad for the Pyke.
Yes, very much so. Going from 4-0-0 to 4-2 in a matter of a minute. And we'll see here on the bot side another fight going down as they head back and forth.
And he didn't even have his ultimate on that one. Didn't use it, and doesn't find the.
I mean, taking that fight in the mini wave against Yasuo is just about death anyway.
Oh, beautiful.
Spicy. Can't fake the fox out.
No spam, no spam dance or anything on that one. Even though it looked like
Silence
the best
so
time
good.
to do it.
The arms out, hip thrusting. With, no Moby Blue, I was gonna say, Asta's moving around super fast. He's flying right now. Twin Shadows on him so they can get the slows and the engages down. They're looking to always catch somebody, mostly one person at this point, just to get those kills in. Scarlet can zero somebody out. Dardoch can do the same. We saw Gate and Asta doing it. It kind of takes the combo, but this team is very deadly when they're roaming around. Dardoch now in the eyes of Ole and Darshan. As the Gate roam, here it is. He gets Keith as he was just in front of his own minions. And now GGS has eyes on this mid lane. It's going down 4 there.
They're gonna get it, and Diana is collapsing. You know that Yasuo has the ultimate available, so a fight might be about to break out. She is spotted.
Always watching for the Scarlet flanks, right? This guy loves it and always finds a good window.
I really want to see what he can do on Diana, though, because I'm so interested in seeing why she was getting banned so darn much last week. Is there something about her now that is amazing? Because she seems not as viable as you'd like her to be. It's very one-dimensional.
Well, she doesn't face, in this game at least, any burst, plus no tanks. So you can go in for an initiation and feel pretty safe, but then you're zeroing people out. When you cause that chaos, it's perfect for Pyke, right? It's perfect for Yasuo, Wukong.
Ooh.
Yep, that's a thing.
Surprised that Dardoch did not find the ultimate on that one. That would have killed hard right away.
Alteration or backwards. Scarlet's gonna take blue unless Ole gonna quick hit over the wall. Oh, that's gonna be a not worth. Hashtag not worth.
That is a very curious Rakan that will be paying immediately, but they do trade for an Ocean Drake, which is not bad at all.
That's a good
that he was already 1-2. And a turret? Wait a minute, that's actually sick.
Yeah, that's huge, especially since Darshan's topside adding pressure. That's going to have to be called over by OpTic, so they don't have too much time to play around the map. They lose Aloran back to the topside. Keith, nice Feather Storm, gets himself to safety. Wants to wait on that pull, but could have killed him if he tried to get the red. So all in all, great push here. Darshan, like you said, gets that Ocean Drake for himself topside, and he can just have some fun now.
I'm pretty impressed by Gates's Pike. He's very capable of not only landing the Qs, but following up with the stun right after. Something that
He's a
little bit harder to do than it looks.
He's a great mechanical and strategy player, if you will. I feel like you can put a champion in his hands. Oh, that was pretty sexy. Nice flash over the wall. Gate misses that one as I give him the caster curse. Gets hit with the Super Soka. Let's see if he'll get out of this one. Darshan looking strong here. Darshan's World Ender is down. Remember, it wouldn't have rezzed him anyways. Just give him a little bit more damage for the fight. They're going to get big damage now onto Palafox. Zanya's in for him. Hard's on the other side of the fight. Scarlet goes right in. That's the first kill they're looking for. And will he be able to get another on the Diana? I don't think he gets the reset on the ultimate. He didn't have the Q on it, so he's going to be up that river without a paddle once again. I think a lot of people are on boats for my calls here. 10-8 on the scoreboard. There's 20 minutes hit on. You know what 20 minutes means, Crumbs.
And especially when you got 3 members down and only a Wukong with the teleport. This guy cannot make it into the pit, but he's got the Aatrox here. He's trying to find the base and teleport in. It's going to be a fight. OpTic's not letting this one slide.
What do they have? Wukong, if he can do enough, Cyclone's down, but they're going to put a lot of damage onto Darshan, knowing that World Ender is not there. Also, not a huge amount of damage from GGS. This is getting a little sketchy. You're not going to have any respawns that can make it. Teleports down for Scarlet, but they are going to try to get this fight. 3,000 damage on Baron. Aloran from the side, 3/4 of the way on his ultimate. Doesn't look like he'll have it for the fight. Clone is there. The smite coming in from hard, and they do grab Baron as Aloran goes down in his attempt to get inside the pit.
That's the first kill that the Alarim gets to participate with. More than people in his lane. And unfortunately, this result is exactly the same. He still goes down, 2 levels down here against Darshan. This is why you don't play Wukong.
And the teleport. Ooh.
Who was that? Was it Diana?
Yeah, it was. And that actually, no. Diana spawned when Baron went down. Not making that assumption.
I think they probably would have still lost that fight. Darshan is so strong right now, but to be fair, he got a completely free lane. Had he lost this lane, it would have been a complete tragedy and a very curious situation. But
double ultimate there as well on a dead member for Pikes as well as Diana's.
I mean, Golden Guardians is so grouped up. It's very hard for these assassins and champions like Wukong to get in there without the damage necessary to threaten, because their crowd control is not as threatening as their damage. They really need to commit those abilities. Being 0-4-0 with only a Duskblade at this stage when Darshan has 2 of his items, he's at his strongest power spike. There's nothing that Wukong can build right now that can match the power of Aatrox. This is quote-unquote nerfed Aatrox.
Yeah, quote unquote. The air quotes are up. Darshan, big damage now in every lane. Looking across the board for GGS, things to look at. Great pressure onto Dardoch in the beginning of the game. Something got them switched up as they allowed Dardoch to get back to the red, so definitely eyes on that for a slight mistake. And to why Keith and Ole continue to die to this bottom lane and how they couldn't stave that off. Otherwise, other side of the map's been able to win, but it feels good when everybody's participating in that.
It really does. And this will continue Golden Guardians' win streak if they pull this one off.
Yep.
5,000 gold up, but you can never count out the comeback potential of the Yasuo and Pike, because if they find a good ultimate from Scarlet, it could be lights out for the rest of Golden Guardians. Faster than you can say Golden Guardians.
Golden Guardians. Nope, something's happening still. 37 seconds coming up. Oh, he does take it. Only 1 member's going to be enough. Feather Storm goes down, and he does as well. Keith falls. Now they're going to be on to Hard. He tries to get the team into the back line. So Palafox, Darshan can get there. Hard spot just enough time, and here's the rest of the team. The cavalry has arrived, and here comes Ole with the quickness, charming up the rest of OpTic. as they tried to have eyes on the enemy. It was all about Golden Guardians with their eyes on OpTic. Gates the last one, trying to throw down the Pike ults, does get another for himself, or actually should say missed one, but does get one overall in that fight. Cashed in, but looks like GGS could cash in on a whole lot more.
Palafox outplayed Gate again with dashing out of his ultimate and actually made matters worse by stealing Pike's ult. I think that this is the end of the game. They've got the procs of Demolish on the turret, 2 minions. Oh, no, it won't be.
One more in, you're getting Scarlet back up. You do not want to feed the Diana as he comes off with home guards, as well as Wukong. Good bit of crowd control to keep you there to go down. And we'll see this one more time with eyes as well onto Palafox.
I think the big one here is Hard. He does a really good job in buying enough time. He pops that stone plate, and OpTic has no problem committing to this because they know that Pike can still use that ultimate to take him down. But because he keeps the Cataclysm out, it buys just enough time for Palafox and Darshan to get in there, and it just doesn't matter. They're the most fed members of Golden Guardians, and without the reset city from Gate, there is nothing that they can do to burst down these 2 members that have an ungodly amount of lifesteal as well.
Quadra kill going in for Palafox there, as you saw on your screen. Also, when he got knocked up by Dardoch, he had already buffered a chain lash out. It looked pretty sweet as he was in the air and kind of brought down the hammer as he came down from the pop-up. Everything looking pretty sweet on that fight for Golden Guardians, and they are sitting on gold right now, 7.7 on top of this OpTic team right now. Darshan having a field day on the Aatrox, the last pick for the team to round out their composition this time around.
And he's got really nice kill participation.
Yeah.
About to Flame Horizon Alarum too, which I want to give him credit for, I really do. But you're up against Wukong, might arguably be one of the worst laners in the game right now.
Ole, it's just a bounce house for Ole as he goes down, gets himself, I think he was actually trying to be bait, but became a little too much bait for himself to handle. Hard going in, they lock him up a little bit, he's taking damage, maybe he goes in for the full fight. That backline's looking pretty juicy for a Palafox ultimate, and they will still walk it in as Darshan is doing work across the map on the next inhibitor. Bottom side's going to fall now, and it looks like OpTic's gonna have to fight without a base.
At Darshan,
3v1, 4v1, the 5v1, Darshan versus the world, and it's gonna be the world crushing Darshan as they lose the rest of their map. OpTic is just all in on any play right now as a team.
His world has been ended, unfortunately, as he gives another spree away, but with the Baron coming up, I think Golden Guardians is more than happy to have taken that inhibitor in the top side. They should be pushed in, and in a matter of minutes, we should see Golden Guardians close this one out.
So is there like this fight activation that actually turns on at some point? Do they like hit like 4 demons?
Yeah, so I think
like
what needs
Blade
to happen
Masters,
is...
Exile.
It does happen, but Golden Guardians needs to clump up. If Golden Guardians groups as 5, then there's always a chance for OpTic to come back. But as long as Golden Guardians doesn't commit more than 3 members to each lane, that's the maximum value that Dardoch can get. And with 2 members free to deal damage, they should be strong enough to deal with the rest. Because there's not a lot of consistent DPS. If you survive the burst, then you're fine, because it's only Pike's resets that will really start adding up.
This is what you were looking for, Crumbs. At least 3 members are gathered up there. You're going to teleport from behind. Look where Darshan is. He's going to be able to flank the group. Cyclone only onto Hard. That's the tankiest member. Obviously giving time for the rest of GGS to get into the fight. Dardoch goes down first. And it looks like Keith is going to pick himself up a kill as well onto Alorum. And this one, again, was just timed out by GGS, baiting in their opponent of OpTic and then turning back on them with the fight.
He's going to keep chasing because the rest of the team is ending the game.
Little dash there. Little flash, little dash. Palafox coming in. He's like, how does your own ultimate feel? Gold.
Dance, dance, dance.
Nexus is going down to the other side. Gates doing what he can. Gets hard onto the Fountain for a second, but cannot pick up the assassination. And that is going to be Golden Guardians extending the win streak.
And they are really trying to make that push for that playoff by those high seeds. So good for them, because it started off a little bit rough. The bottom lane of OpTic was popping off.
That was going to be scary. You have to expect that Morgana and Pike are going to have to go and do something quick, though, or Morgana or Pike are alone are going to have to help the map, because it seems like Darshan and Palafox and Hard were all just like, it's cool. I know it sucks down there, but just wait it out.
Yeah, we're all winning our lanes over here, guys. Doesn't matter how hard you guys run it. We'll be able to bring it back.
Yep. So a close game, but GGS obviously took the lead with kills top plus a Baron. We're going back to 21 minutes for this one. And that 2-for-1 where we're like, oh, the teleport stopped. And then Darshan just having a fantastic game, knowing you have to just wait it out.
It's a really cool looking flash out of Aatrox. Anytime that somebody does this, it's always very fancy. And the collapse is actually decent here because you have so many members, and that's why it prompts the teleport. You gotta bail your bro out when he's having such a good game.
See here as well, a little bit of miscommunication. Diana goes in, the Pike ult is also used at the same time. So no refresh.
It's one of the dangers when you go up against Sylas. We hadn't seen lane Sylas in a while before, and even though the lane matchup is somewhat even most of the time, if you go at range, you might even beat it.
Yeah.
You have to always consider what ultimates are you building in your own comp that he can steal, because he had some crazy ults to steal.
Yeah, he did.
Yasuo, Diana that dashes him in. You've got Morgana, Soul Shackles, and then Pike's reset. He could have even taken Cycle. In fact, all 5 ultimates were amazing.
I think Pike's was the coolest in that synergy because they were also looking at the Xayah. So you have 2 people that technically have an invulnerability. If you get Pikes, you hop. You get Xayah, you're up in Featherstorm. He didn't take it, but you have 2 members now that's really hard for the opponents to hit. So you kept seeing him steal that Pike ultimate. Golden Guardians do guarantee the win with an ace just a few minutes later. 23 minutes in, that 5-for-2 in mid, where again we see a lot of the back and forth, and Darshan coming back in from the side.
It looked great for OpTic. This is exactly what you want. You get the AD carry right away. So that's already 4 members against 1, but hard, fantastic play out of the Jarvan. Really good heads up to get himself out of the Cataclysm with the Stone Plate, and then the reset city of the rest of the team. It's just so disgusting when you're this early on, and I, again, use air quotes with it, but you don't have any sort of grievous wounds. No Morellos, no Mortal Reminders. The healing is in full effect from Aatrox, buffed Aatrox healing, mind you, as well as Sylas.
Yeah, I feel like Aatrox is slowly like becoming Riven-esque now.
I think he's going to actually be a lot better because people were playing him so aggressively thinking that they're going to get the reset. They just inted every time, but now you have to be safe and you're more mindful of your abilities.
Yeah, you have to be safe, but 6 is also that spike for you now. It feels good when you have a champion that provides more damage. You're like just straight out, yes, I don't get like a stun or something. I get a big
movement
boom
speed
with damage.
too.
It's nice. So to hear more about that victory, I'd like to welcome Palafox to the broadcast via Discord. Welcome and congratulations on the victory.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
So for that game, it was pretty crazy in the early portions. What was kind of the communication going on around this Pike Morgana bot lane just tearing Keith and Ole apart?
I think the communication was like, man, Wukong's down like 60 CS. He really can't lane. We just have to hold out. And yeah, Darshan was really keeping everyone in there for early game.
Oh, nice. The morale. And how did you guys go into this match knowing that OpTic was playing for nothing, essentially? All they had to do is really just ruin your guys' chances, and then they lock in the Yasuo jungle and all the signature champions that they want to play, because that's kind of a new situation for you guys.
Well, I kind of figure like the champions they're playing aren't meta for a reason, or like that good for a reason, so we just kind of have to play standard, and we're pretty much just gonna win, I think. So yeah, that was kind of our
nice
process.
Heck yeah. How do you feel a few of the changes in the recent patch kind of affected your team, or did they help your team? We saw you guys obviously taking Sylas into lane today, which was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I think the patch like changed a lot of champions around, and I don't think like every team knows what's necessarily that good right now. So like one thing that I think is popping up a little bit more is like Sylas can go into lane, but I don't know if it's like necessarily the best right now, but it's okay for sure.
All right. And how are you liking playing with Keith? Because you had different bottom laners. You had FBI, you had Deftly, and now you've got Keith. So there's a lot of different players cycling through your bottom lane department. And what's he bring to the team that you didn't have before?
I think what Keith brings to the table right now is he's actually really aggressive, which I think is really, really good. It's kind of what we needed. I think his communication around like shifting and like lanes is really, really good too. So that helps a lot. Like helps our team a lot for sure.
Nice. So, looking forward, the bye is on the horizon. You guys have the show match on Sunday versus 100 Thieves. How are you feeling about that? You think you guys can lock in the bye? Is there any kind of different strategy to train for the playoff buys here?
I think 100 Thieves' way to win is just play through someday. So we just have to basically shut that down, right?
It's,
and then it's
no
just
one's
free.
done it. No one's ever
Yeah.
done it.
I think we can for sure.
Awesome. Very cool. Palafox, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations on the win streak currently for Golden Guardians Academy.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So we are heading for a break, but when we come back, it is C9 Academy versus Team Liquid Academy. Meet us here for Game 2 right after this. We're there. Scarlet going in, trying to bait Palafox. He says, oh, I have taken the bait. And this is going to be his flash going down.
The spin right on out of there, and he's not going to make it too far.
That's unfortunate. Big damage now onto Palafox. Zanya's in for him. Hard's on the other side of the fight. Scarlet goes right in. That's the first kill they're looking for. And will he be able to get another on the Diana? The cavalry has arrived. And here comes Ole with the quickness, charming up the rest of OpTic. As they tried to have eyes on the enemy, it was all about Golden Guardians with their eyes on OpTic. Look where Darshan is. He's going to be able to flank the group. Cyclone only onto Hard. That's the tankiest member. Obviously giving time for the rest of GGS to get to the fight. Dardoch goes down first.